strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you could possibly imagine.
A new challenger has entered the arena, and that is Spirit Hoarder. We talked about him a little bit when his details were released, but now I've gotten a chance to go in and play with him live on our stream today. And he is an absolute game changer in bronze. This is a card that I really like. And those of you who saw my live stream earlier got to see how successful we were with his battles. So what I'm gonna do right now is basically just go back and play some of these battles that I already did for those of you who did not make the live stream, so you can see how well this guy actually has performed. So let's jump in. First off, what is Spirit Hoarder? Spirit Hoarder, if you missed our previous videos, if you've missed him being released, is this guy right here up top. At bronze, he has Triage. He is one of only 2 cards in the game that get Triage at the base level. The other is Mermaid Healer, which is an older card that there's not very many of. Fairly expensive card, and is only available in 1 Splinter, although it is the water Splinter that I'm showing off here. But Spirit Hoarder is a neutral card that can be used in almost any battle. And where we kind of thought that he could be a very big deal, especially early in the game, is when paired with these taunting tanks, these backline taunting tanks. So for example, we've got Wave Brood here. Wave Brood is an epic card, and he's still very cheap to rent. I went and rented him on stream for, I think it was 0.5 DEC. Very cheap. And what a taunt does is forces anybody that can attack him is going to attack him. So our Unicorn Mustang can only attack what's in front of him, so he's not going to attack Wave Brood. But our little Regal Parrington down here, our Princess, are going to both attack Wave Brood in the back line, and then Spirit Hoarder is going to heal up Wave Brood. So I said Spirit Hoarder had Triage. Triage heals. It's like a tank heal, except it heals a backline character instead of the tank. So let's let this battle run. There are 2 new tank cards, taunt cards, sorry, in Chaos Legion that can both attack from the back line. We've got Wave Brood here, and then we're gonna see another one a few battles later here that's gonna be in the Earth Splinter. But we'll see, as you can see, we've got these 2 cards down here are doing a total of 4 damage up there to Wave Brood. Spirit Hoarder is healing Wave Brood for 4 damage. So we are just healing everything right back up. These 2 cards in the back line are essentially doing no damage. No damage. Then we put a tank up front. We were able to win that battle up front with our tanks getting a little extra damage from Spirit Hoarder, a little extra damage from Wave Brood, and this battle worked extremely well. Finish it off right there. So we're going to show this one more time and a little different look, this time against a fire squad up against Tarsa up there. This Tarsa team is one of my favorites. I do like to add on a few other cards. We are using a legendary card, so it should be easier, right? But so far we've had a very high win rate against a wide variety of cards, and it's looking like this is a very good addition to the lineup here. So, and it doesn't have to be this just happened to be what fits in the mana. Serpent of Eld is a nice card with getting some dodge up there. With the 5 speed and that dodge ability, he gets missed a ton. Very frustrating for an opponent. And the good thing is that when you have this Wave Brood in the back, you're not going to get hit by any magic damage. That's the weakness of that Serpent up front, is magical attacks, because those can't be dodged. At least in this instance, they cannot be dodged. The only way he's going to get hit with magic attacks is if there is a magic monster in the very front row. The front card. Everything else in the back is going to go attack that backline tank. So our Serpent is not near as susceptible to those magical attacks as he normally would be, because he's just not going to get hit with them. So that was in the Water Splinter. Here we are moving on to the Earth Splinter, although in this case it's with a Dragon Summoner. We're going to see both Obsidian and our Dragon Summoner here. Our Slip Spawn back here is our other tank. that has taunt, lots of health back there, and then has some magic damage as well. I feel like this Obsidian team is going to get very popular because this tank has a magical attack and Spirit Hoarder has a magical attack. So we'll see that next. But in this case, I felt like we were going to be going up against some melee damage, and that was why I added that shield to help. And then I was able to get the dragon card. I really like this. I really like our Jin Chwala here as a tank. Works very, very well. And once again, this combo did great. We've got these two, I mean, you've got 6 damage here between Spy and Striker that are hitting the back line, and they were not able to get through Slip Spawn. Despite having all that damage, that Triage was able to keep our Slip Spawn alive, and we did not lose a single card. So that was another great example. And then one more. I believe we went 4 for 5 using this team. Not this specific team, but using our taunt, our backline taunt with Spirit Hoarder. We had a fairly high win rate on stream. And here's another one, Obsidian versus Obsidian. So you can see kind of a comparison of what it's like to go with that Triage versus not having it. And you can see just how much extra damage that we were able to sustain back there by having that Triage. Heals for 3 damage, so we've gotten 2 heals. That's an extra 6 health that we're able to take, and then Obsidian just gives us that extra damage. So you're getting healing with 2 magic damage. You're getting a tank with 3 magic damage. So you're getting a lot of survivability, but you're not really sacrificing a lot of damage there with that Obsidian team. So that's I really like it. So far, I am very happy with how we are performing with Spirit Hoarder down in Bronze. Now, I did try to use it, and I used Spirit Hoarder a few times in our Champion League battles. I'm up at Champion now as the season gets towards the end. And I don't think we really performed all that well, but I didn't really get the specific instances that I really wanted to use it. So again, Spirit Hoarder gets blind at gold level. So I do have one maxed out. I was using one at level 4, but I never really ran one of my dodge teams on stream. I never got that Kitty Almo combo, or running the Valdemar with the Genoshanis and trying to get all those dodges there. So being able to get a blind in there with that extra magic damage on top of it, I do feel like I will use that card up in Champion, but it's going to be more niche instances, which is true for a lot of cards, because up at Champion, I have a lot more options than people do in Bronze or in Silver. So I don't use one single card as much at Diamond as we would for a card that we get in Bronze to try out. So just because there's so many more options, so many more different choices that they have available, that each one's going to be used less frequently. But down here in Bronze, with I've liked Spirit Hoarder quite a bit, and that's how it should be. Let's be honest. We've got a legendary card in Bronze that should give us a big boost, and Spirit Hoarder does just that. So this is a very nice card, and if it's something that you guys can afford, whether it's buying or renting, I highly recommend you go out and grab one and try out this strategy. Try out some other strategy as well. This is not the only place that you can use Spirit Hoarder. It doesn't have to be specifically with a backline taunt necessarily, but that's one that is just kind of an obvious natural fit and is very, very easy to use, and you can use quite frequently as there are a few options there. So anyways, let me know what you guys think. Now that you've had a chance to see this card in action, maybe play with it yourself. Is he performing better than you expected, worse than you expected? Is it one that you're looking to add, or are you thinking, I'll pass on this one, I'll pick up some of the other ones? We've got one more. The next one up is a legendary dragon, and then after that, I believe we start getting into the new legendary summoners. So it's an exciting time in Splinterlands. Absolutely an exciting time. If you have not gotten into this game yet, you absolutely need to get in. There's probably about a 1 month window or so where you can get into this game much cheaper than any other times. The months before it and the months coming after, at least in my opinion. So if you haven't gotten into this game, I absolutely recommend getting into this. It has been a blast, and I am loving it. So thank you guys so much. I'll see you on the next video.